Hello from Lake Bohinj. It's a full moon this evening, so I'm inviting you to follow along with me as I do a moon mandala sequence. So firstly, let's start in tabletop position. Pull the belly in and up, and extend the left leg out straight behind you. And if you feel really comfortable here and you want to, you can peel your right hand off the ground as well. And we're going to start to crunch, elbow to knee. So extend and crunch, extend and crunch. Keep going in your own time. Keep the core engaged. And release. Bring your hips down towards your heels, sink into child's pose, bring your head to the ground and breathe nice and deep. And we're going to come up for some little yoga press up. So crossing the ankles, keeping the elbows hugging the body, lift and lower the torso up and down to the ground. And uncurl the ankles, come back down into child's pose, take deep breaths. And coming back up to tabletop position, ready to do the crunches on the other side. So right leg extends, left arm extends, and crunch. And crunch. And crunch. Keep going in your own time. And come back down. Let's do another child's pose. Take a couple of recovery breaths here, connecting to your body. And come back, crossing the ankles again in tabletop position. And let's take a few more yoga press ups. Keep the elbows hugging in. Take as many of these as you feel that you can, and then sink your hips back down into child's pose. But we're going to move on an in-breath, come all the way forward, sink the belly and the hips to the ground in cobra. And then breathe out, come back through to child's pose. And breathe in, come forwards again, lower to cobra, looking forwards. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathing in, coming forward again into cobra pose. Bring your head down this time and extend your hands above your head on the ground. Sink your hips into the ground, squeeze your glutes, and on an in-breath, raise your right leg off the ground and hold. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, left leg lifts. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, right leg lifts, point the toes. Breathe out and lower, and breathe in, left leg lifts. Breathe out to lower. This time, breathe in, lift the right leg and perhaps the left arm. And lower. And breathe in, left leg and right arm lift. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, right leg, left arm lifts. Breathe out to lower. And breathe in, left leg, right arm. Breathe out to lower down. And one more each side. Right leg, left arm, lower. Left leg, right arm, and lower. And breathing in, lift up both your arms and your legs off the ground. Locust pose, keep breathing. Rocking a little as you breathe. And lower back down to the ground. Recover. And let's prepare to do that one more time. Breathe in, lift the feet and hands off, look forwards, keep breathing. And release on an out breath, come back to lay down. And now bending the left knee, reach around and hold on to the left foot. Feel a stretch in the front of your thigh. And bring the right hand off of the ground and perhaps take some wrist rotations, one direction and then the other, while you feel that stretch in your left quad. And release the left leg. Bring the arm back to the ground. Let's do the other side. So right knee bends, reach around, hold on to the right foot, press the hips down, and lifting the left hand up this time and just doing some rotations with the wrists. One way, then the other. And release everything back down to the ground. Come onto your forearms and lift your head and chest up into Sphinx pose. We're going to do the quad stretch again from a little higher. So bending the left knee, reach around and hold onto the foot with the left hand. Half bow pose. Keep breathing. Drawing your foot towards your buttocks as far as it feels comfortable. And release. Let's do the right side. Draw your right foot towards your buttocks as far as you can. And release. Bring the head down. Just take a break. We're going to work to full bow pose. So this time, reach around and grab both feet, if that's comfortable for you. Pull your feet towards your buttocks. Stay here if this is enough. If you want to work a little bit harder, on an in-breath, lift the head and chest off of the ground. Push your feet away. Your arms are extended and long. You're feeling a stretch through the front of the body and a mild compression in the back. And as you breathe, you might rock a little in rocking bow pose. Just hold this for as long as it feels comfortable. And release everything back down. Plant the hands underneath your shoulders and bring your body all the way back into child's pose. And now come back up through tabletop into downward dog. Hips are moving backwards, heels are moving down. And let's walk on the spot. So bending alternate knees, stretching and warming up through the hamstrings. And come to still. We're going to do revolved dog. So bring your right hand through and hold onto the outside of your left ankle. Looking out underneath your arm. Feeling a stretch in your obliques, twist in the body. Let's untwist this side. Swaying on our feet, so swaying dog this time, hips moving side to side. Slow down as you feel that you want to, again stretching the side of the body. And come back to still. Let's do revolve dog on the other side. So this time left arm reaches through and holds on to the side of the right leg, shin or ankle. Keep breathing. And release from revolved dog. Come back to downward facing dog. And this time walk the feet forwards into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Bend the knees a little bit. We're going to move into chair pose. So sweep the arms back and then up. Keep the hips sinking low. Head and chest are lifted, looking forwards. Chair pose. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze the glutes, keep the core engaged. Breathe and hold, and then stand up on an in-breath. Bring the arms into the air. Spread the arms wide. Spread the chest. And then breathe out. Rotate the arms backwards. And again, rotate the arms backwards. And one more time. Full rotation of the arms backwards. And hands together above the head. And breathe out, bring the hands back to the front of the heart. And let's prepare for some mandala style sun salutations. So start in Tadasana. Ground yourself first. Connect to your breath and breathe in. Bring the hands together above the head, bend back slightly. And breathe out, come into a forward fold. Right leg steps back. Drop the back knee and breathe in. Come up into a low crescent lunge. And breathe out. Bring the hands back to the ground. Step the front foot round so you're facing the side of your mat now. Into a wide leg forward fold. Bring your head as low down to the ground as you can. Feel a stretch in your groin. Toes are facing forwards. And let's start bending alternate knees now. So bend one knee, straighten one leg. Just move side to side, bending and straightening each knee. Next time your knee bends at the back of the mat, turn to face the back of your mat now. Back into a low lunge. Your right leg is forward this time. Breathe in and come up. Breathe out, hands down to the ground. Step the foot back into plank pose and lower down, chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, tuck the toes and downward facing dog. We're going to lift the left leg into the air in three-legged dog. And breathe in. Step the left foot through into a high lunge this time. Breathe in. Squeeze the core. Bring the arms and chest into the air. High lunge. And rotate the arms one more time. So rotating backwards with the arms. And breathe out. Hands back to the ground. Twist one more time to face the opposite side of your mat this time. Wide leg forward fold. Head working towards the ground. And again, rotate towards the front of your mat into a lunge position. Step the back foot forwards, forward fold. And breathe in. Bring the arms up into the air. Bend backwards. Breathe out. Let's go again. Forward fold. Left leg this time steps back. Drop the knee. And breathe in, low crescent lunge. And breathe out, bring the hands to the mat. Twist to face the side of the mat one more time. Wide leg forward fold, head dropping towards the ground. If you can touch the ground with your head, then wonderful. And lifting the head and chest, and alternate knee bending and straightening. And then turning to face the back of your mat in a low lunge, drop the back knee, breathe in and lift the arms into the air, low lunge. Breathe out, hands back to the mat, step back to plank, lower down on an out breath and an in breath, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts into the air this time. Step the right foot through. Come to high lunge, breathe in, arms up into the air. Well done. And breathe out, rotate the arms forwards. And breathing in to bring the arms up. One more rotation forwards with the arms. Good. And breathe out, hands to the ground. Turn again to the side of the mat, wide leg forward fold, the head works to the ground. And lift the head and chest, rotate to face the front again, step the back foot forwards into a forward fold, breathe in and come up, let's go again with some add-ons. Breathe out, forward fold, right leg steps back, drop the back knee and breathe in, low lunge. Breathe out, bring the hands to the mat, rotate, wide leg forward fold to the side of your mat, head towards the ground. Bend and extend alternate legs, stretching the groin. Let your knees bend as much as you feel comfortable. Rotate to the back of the mat. Breathe in, low lunge. Breathe out, hands to the mat, step back into plank. Breathe in and breathe out to lower chaturanga. Breathe in, upward dog, and breathe out, downward facing dog. Left leg comes into the air, step the left foot through and breathe in, come to a high crescent lunge. We're going to transition to standing split, so bring the hands to the ground and lift the right leg into the air, folding the chest and head forwards. Standing split. Bring the right leg back to the ground, rotate to the side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold, you're facing the side again. And turning again to the front of the mat in a lunge position, stepping the back foot through into a forward fold and breathing in, hands up above the head, palms together and fold forward. Let's do the other side. Left leg this time steps back, drop the back knee, breathe in, low lunge. Breathe out, hands down, rotate to face the side of your mat, wide-legged forward fold, head towards the ground. Lift the head and chest, and bending and flexing alternate knees, going as low as you feel comfortable to, and turn to face the back of the mat, drop the back knee, bring the arms up into the air, low lunge, hands to the ground, step the front foot back into plank, lower down chaturanga, and upward facing dog as you breathe in, downward facing dog. Right leg into the air this time, three-legged dog. Step the right foot through, come up into a high crescent lunge and transition into standing split. Bring the hands down and lift the left leg into the air and folding your body forward, so chest coming towards thigh. Bring the back foot down, rotate to the side of the mat again, wide leg forward fold. And turning to face the front of the mat, low lunge, step the back foot through, forward bend, and breathe in. Get ready for your last mandala. Breathe out, forward fold, hands to the ground. Right leg steps back, low lunge. And bring your hands to Anjali Mudra this time, and twist over with your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Hold and breathe. Bring the hands to the ground. Rotate, wide leg forward fold to the side of your mat. Head towards the ground. And if you're feeling particularly adventurous here, and only if you're experienced with tripod headstand, you can experiment with resting your knees on the backs of your elbows. And only if you're experienced with headstands, you might feel like trying a tripod today. If not, then stay in wide leg forward fold. So bringing everything back down to the ground if you're in a headstand. Let's take the knee bends, flexing, extending, alternate knees. And rotating to face the back of the mat, drop the back knee, breathe in, low lunge. Breathe out, hands to the ground, step back into plank, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog on an in-breath, and downward facing dog on an out-breath. Left leg lifts, step through, breathe in, high crescent lunge. Breathe out, hands to the ground, lift the back leg, standing split. We're going to transition into half moon, so plant your left hand where it feels comfortable. Rotate the right foot out so it's facing the side, and if you feel that you want to, bringing your right arm up into the air into half moon pose. Keep the core engaged. Keep the back foot flexed. Breathe and hold as long as you feel comfortable. Well done. And bring the hands back down to the mat. Bring the back foot down. Face the side of your mat again, wide leg forward fold as our transition place. And turn to face the front of the mat. Step the back foot through, forward fold. And let's do our last one this time. Stand up, breathe in, hands above the head. Last time, breathe out, forward fold. More fire now. Well done. Left foot steps back. Drop the back knee and breathe in, low lunge. Let's take that twist. So Anjali Mudra, hands together. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Take in your view. Check in with your breathing. Heart rate going quite fast now. Bring the hands back to the mat. Turn to face the side, wide leg forward fold. Prepare for your tripod if you're experienced to do so. Otherwise, stay in wide leg forward fold. If you're ready for the balance, take your feet off of the ground, knees balancing on the back of the elbows, keep your core engaged. For experienced yogis only, tripod headstand, well done. And release from tripod. If that's where you are, come back to wide leg forward fold from wherever you were. And let's take the dips with our knees, so bend and extend, alternate knees. Getting used to the rhythm now. Turn to face the back of the mat, drop the back knee, breathe in, arms into the air, low lunge. Breathe out, hands down, step the front foot back into plank, lower down into chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog, and breathe out, downward facing dog. Right leg into the air this time. Step through and breathe in, high lunge. Standing split, so breathe out. Bring the hands to the ground. Left leg lifts. Left toes point to face the side of the mat and flexed. Find a stable position with your right hand and bring your left arm onto the hip or into the air, opening up into half moon pose. Hold and breathe. And try and come out gracefully, not falling like me. Come out, back to a lunge position. Turn to face the side of your mat. Wide leg forward fold, head down. And turning for the last time, face the front of the mat, step forwards. Forward fold, breathe in, bring the arms up above the head, bend backwards, and breathe out. Bring the hands together in the front of the heart. Well done. Fire and power and energy running through your body right now. Connect to your breath. You did well. Come down onto the mat. Come into a seated position with your legs extended out in front of you. We're going to take a yin forward fold. So separate the feet as wide as you feel that you want to. The wider your feet, the more of a groin stretch you'll feel. And just let your upper body flop forwards. Let your feet be floppy. Let your upper body be floppy. Let your hands rest wherever they feel comfortable and let your chin work towards your chest, being completely soft, yielded, and at peace in this pose. This is the yin to the yang that we have just done. Come a little lower with the chest towards the ground if that's feeling good for you today. Keep relaxing down. And now let's release from that pose, bending the knees, feet flat on the floor, and just bending the knees to one side and moving to the other side, so like windscreen wipers. And as your knees go one way, let your head go the other, feeling a stretch across your obliques, the side of your hips, releasing the lower back. And let's lay down on our backs, hugging our knees in towards our chest, pressing the lower back into the ground. And now come to lay flat on your back. Take a full body stretch. So extend the arms out above the head, point the toes, really stretch through the whole body. And lifting up the right leg, lifting up the left wrist, and stretching and pulling each side as if somebody has your hand and foot and they're elongating your body. Bring right leg and left arm back down. Lifting left leg and right arm. Stretch through the foot, extend through the hands. Feel that through the hip and the whole body. And lower down. Let's do the other side again. Right leg, left arm. Really reach and lengthen and extend. And breathe and release. Last time. Left leg, right hand. Breathe in to extend as far as you possibly can. And release down. And again, bring the knees in towards the chest. And take some circles with the knees, so massaging through the lower back. Go one way, then the other. Easing out the lower back. And holding the back of the thighs, let's rock and roll backwards and forwards. Just rocking along the whole length of the spine. And come out. Little wobble from me. Take the knees one side. Come into any seated position that you feel comfortable to. And well done. Give yourself thanks and praise for the time you've just given to your body and your well-being. Namaste. And enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are. Thank you.